between the realm of the dead and the journeys of the living. Join Josh, Jamie, and Elisa as they delve into the vast world of the paranormal and breathe life back into the history of the departed.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Paranormal Peeps podcast. I'm Elisa.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Josh. And tonight, we're heading to the Red River Valley, a place where the wind doesn't just howl, it carries the voices of those who never left. Fargo, North Dakota. You might know it for its legendary winters, but beneath the modern skyline lies a history built on vice, tragedy, and the flickering light of the silver screen. Tonight we start in the shadows of the Hollow. Long before it was a quiet corner of downtown, it was Fargo's original red light district, a hub of railroad workers and the legendary Crystal Palace, run by Madame Malvina Macy. They say Malvina still keeps watch over her block, but she isn't alone. Security guards report women in long gowns vanishing into thin air, leaving behind only the tactile proof of their existence. Satin buttons and gloves found on the floor where they stood. Then, we walk a few blocks north to the neon glow of the Fargo Theater. Beneath the iconic 1926 Art Deco marquee, the show never truly ends. While the Mighty Wurlitzer organ might provide the soundtrack, the audience sometimes includes guests who didn't buy a ticket. We're talking about the two phantom children often spotted peering out from the vintage popcorn machine or running barefoot down the aisles, accompanied by a sudden, sickening, rotting sweetness in the air. Is it just the creaks of a century-old building? Or are the legends of the projection booth and the restless spirits of the basement trying to tell us something? Lock your doors and dim your lights. We're going deep into the haunted heart of Fargo.
Let's go.
We need to add some, amazing music to this.
That would be awesome.
I mean, I could.
Some spooky music.
Spooky background music.
This is like a good campfire story.
Right? So, before it was ever Fargo, North Dakota, nearly 125 years ago, a woman who would eventually etch her name in the annals of Fargo's early history stepped off the train onto the platform of the Northern Pacific Railroad depot. As a 53-year-old African-American woman, Malvina Macy was not an obvious candidate for success. A growing village built on the banks of the Red River, Fargo lacked racial diversity. As of the 1885 census records, only 2 African Americans lived in Fargo. But the area teemed with opportunity. Malvina was one of many ambitious transplants who arrived on Front Street, which was later renamed Main Avenue via the railroad. An entity that made Malvina's future business venture possible in the first place. A busy railroad and agricultural sector required men to build the roads and work the fields. Droves of single men meant the world's oldest profession had found yet another market.
Oh dear. Here comes the red light district.
Back then, Fargo, which was actually called Centralia until 1873.
Centralia. That's quite the name.
Yeah. Only had 600 inhabitants. So what does every place need that has 600 people? A brothel.
Of course. I mean, because you couldn't have a church.
Right? Within a year of Malvina arriving from her home state of Virginia, the city boasted more than 8,000 people, and the tents and shanties of early days had been replaced by mainly wooden framed buildings. Malvina built one of those wood frame buildings at 118 3rd Street North, according to the 1891 City of Fargo Directory. Malvina wasn't alone, though. Elmo Anderson, Pearl Adams, Stella Dorsey, and musician Coleman Butler are listed as boarders. Could this have been Malvina's first foray into the brothel business that made her famous? That same year, Malvina purchased a property at 201 3rd Street North and began making plans to establish a brothel called the Crystal Palace. The house resided in an area of early Fargo referred to as the Hollow, a poorer section of the city near the river where immigrants and laborers lived. The footings of the house are buried below the City Hall parking lot next to the Red River. So it's still there. Just the footings, though.
That's got bad juju.
Right?
Yeah.
A savvy businesswoman, Malvina immediately started making connections in the city. She let it be known that she was interested in investing money in property here. She dined at the headquarters hotel in grand style by the leading men and women of the day, according to a June 15, 1975 Forum article, which is the newspaper in Fargo. Once the palace was ready, Malvina sent Fargo businessmen engraved invitations to the grand opening. The venture turned out to be a lucrative one. Brothels and prostitution were illegal at the time, so law enforcement officials enforced regular fines on houses of ill repute. Each month, owners of brothels were arrested and brought to court to pay a $56.50 fine, which is more than $1,400 today.
Oh, I'm sure back then they were like, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, well, that's a day's worth of wages. We're good. Malvina paid up regularly each month. Clearly, she was finding success. Unfortunately, Malvina couldn't avoid prison despite paying her fines. In 1901, she was convicted on charges related to alcohol. So prohibition was big in Fargo at the time. And she was sent to prison in Bismarck, according to a June 5th, 1901 Bismarck Daily Tribune article. Malvina surrendered willingly and was accompanied to the penitentiary by Cass County Sheriff Treadwell T. Twitchell.
Twitchell. That's a new one for me.
It's like Mitchell, but with the twit. A Jamestown newspaper reported her surrender, noting that Madam Macy will enjoy the distinct honor of being the only female prisoner in the penitentiary. She is an old-timer in Fargo. She was 63 at the time and smart enough to mind her manners. Because of good behavior, Malvina was released after serving less than 1 year. After returning to Fargo and her Crystal Palace business, Malvina's life continued in the same ebb and flow of serving a need in the growing community while paying her monthly fines. Her business continued to do well, but her health declined, and in May of 1911, she died in a local hospital, with her obit recognizing her as a well-known character in Fargo.
Where all the men loved her and all the women hated her.
Yes, exactly. So today, in that area, obviously we know that the City Hall building parking lot sits where the Crystal Palace once stood. But also in the area is the Forum building, which is the newspaper. And they have several reportings of hauntings associated to the Hollows.
So it goes beyond the...
Yeah, goes just beyond that area.
Yeah.
So there's, in the basement, they have what they call the Watcher.
That sounds ominous.
Right, doesn't it? So advertising manager Jess Hastings and several colleagues reported an ominous feeling in the basement.
Called it.
Knew it.
Specifically near the mechanical room. Witnesses describe the sensation of being watched so intensely that the hairs on the back of their neck would stand up.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
No, it's not. Although it's interesting, though, because of where it's located. It's next to the mechanical room.
Oh.
Which is where all the electrical outlets are.
Right.
Where all the electrical is in the building. And
basically a battery.
Mm-hmm.
But also, in the same token, if you have ill-shaded or shielded cables, it can have high EMF, and you can get the fear cage effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, which is the feeling of being watched.
Exactly. Right. And your hair can stand up on its end.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's actually there.
You would be surprised how many people how many homes I've been to where that has been the case, where they live in an old home and they have that fear cage because of their electrical being bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy cow, look at the EMF coming off of your lights, your light switches, everywhere in the house. Like, it was just a higher EMF reading. I'm like, once you take care of this, that feeling's going to go away.
Right,
Yeah.
because it can also cause like headaches, even
Yeah.
hallucinations, they
Yep.
say.
Yeah. Once you get up over 10
Mhm.
milligals, you're looking at potential for hallucinations and everything else.
Well, and even over time, just over time, you're going to get worse and worse things
Yeah.
if you're staying in there for long periods of time.
Exposed to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, if that was the only issue, then I'd probably just chalk that up to fear cage in the building. But also, local accounts mention that some have attempted to stay overnight in the building to test any of the legends that are occurring there. But no one has made it past midnight due to an overwhelming heavy presence.
We could do it.
Oh, we could totally do it.
It's one of those things where I'm like, really? Nobody made it past midnight? I doubt that.
Well, I think it's though too, like you have people that are like, oh, that's not real. And then they're not actually investigators. And so they're just,
I could see that,
yeah.
but not actual investigators going
No.
in there.
To my knowledge, no one's actually really investigated the building. So the janitorial night staff has established a 3-person rule because being alone on the upper floors or the basement has led to so many chilling experiences that has made them refuse to go by themselves. That would be that's understandable though. Nobody wants to be alone in a spooky building.
I wouldn't say
us.
nobody. I would say a majority of people don't,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say nobody.
So employees have reported hearing old-fashioned phone rings from lines that have been physically disconnected for years.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I mean, and you know it too. Like if you grew up with the old landlines with the bells, the bell phones, I mean, you know what that ring kind of sounds like.
Yeah. There might be younger people watching this go, what's a landline?
What's a bell phone?
Right?
What's a rotary phone?
On the upper floors, electronics and lights frequently fail or flicker without clear mechanical cause, often coinciding with the sensation of an eerie presence pressing in on workers.
Something wants to be known.
Right? I mean, I can imagine though too, like if you're up there cleaning on those floors and now the lights are flickering and phantom phones are ringing, and you're not an investigator, you're just trying to clean the area, it might be a little rough. Might be a little freaky for those people.
I think lights are probably the least ominous thing.
Yeah. Because I think we all can just we generally, like when a light starts to flicker,
Chalk it up to a bad light bulb or...
bad ballast.
Yes.
Yeah, something normal's going on. Staff have reported hearing disembodied voices and seeing shadows that appear to move between the stacks of paper and archives.
Ooh.
Which I would imagine that is probably in the basement. So if they're running around the basement and you got shadow figures running around, would be a little freaky.
That'd be a lot freaky.
So night security guards have reported seeing women in Victorian-style long gowns who vanish instantly. Most notably, guards claim to have found intact satin buttons and gloves on the ground exactly where the apparitions were standing.
So they kind of leave behind clues?
Yes.
It's like, free clothes.
You want my button?
I was here.
It's like, you know how the ladies back in the day would drop a glove for
Or
the man to
handkerchief.
pick up?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe that was the Crystal Palace's like calling card. Like the ladies would be
That
out and
very well could be it.
they'd drop a glove and they're like, oh, I should go see this lady tonight.
Or they pop a button, say, "Hey, come hither."
Isn't there a saying, button, who's got the button?
Yeah.
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 Huh. I wonder if those two are connected.
Oh, I never thought of that.
I mean, I could see it.
I could too. Construction workers in the area have reported unearthing perfume bottles and hairpins in spots where sightings are common, suggesting a physical tether to the former residents of the Crystal Palace.
When I think of the hair, like the bobby pins, I
Yeah.
always see the Bugs Bunny cartoon with Witch Hazel, where she cackles and then takes off, and then
Yeah.
bobby pins fly everywhere.
Right?
That's what I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But to find the next chapter of Fargo's ghost stories, we have to leave the riverbank and low-lying shadows of the hollow. We're walking out of the red light, past, and into the neon-soaked present of Broadway. It's only a 6-minute walk, but as you pass the modern storefronts and the air starts to change, you aren't just moving between blocks, you're moving between eras. We're heading toward a landmark that has stood as a beacon of entertainment since 1926. But while thousands have come here to escape reality through film, some have found that the Fargo Theater, the screen, isn't the only thing showing you things that shouldn't be there. Let's step under the marquee and see who or what is waiting in the wings. The Fargo Theater is a 2-story concrete and mason commercial building with a 72-foot frontage on Broadway, which is Fargo's main commercial street. The front facade is clad in a red-faced brick, was symmetrical in appearance, and sat on a base of limestone, approximately 1 foot in height. Entrance doors and a box office occupied the center at the street level and were flanked by a small storefront shop and a pair of exit doors on each side. Above the exits, stone consoles visually supported cornices, each of which were terminated at the top with a decorative cartouche.
Decorative what?
Cartouche.
Car touch?
Yep.
Are you saying that right?
Cartouche.
I like that better. Let's go with that one.
Cartouche.
Cartouche.
The second level is rhythmically articulated by large windows with a vertical 4/4 sash configuration set deep within brick pillars. Here, arched stone hood moldings spring from a molded stone impost and in highly detailed keystones. 6 of the tympanums formed by the arches are infilled with brick in an herringbone pattern, while the 3 in the center are glazed. Directly above, stone dentile work forms a decorative building cornice, and the facade is completed in a stepped stone coping. Protruding from the wall between the arches are stone faces with grotesque expressions, their mouths open to accept the hanging rods of the marquee. The original marquee was square and at some time was replaced with the existing diagonal version that flows upward to an illuminated sign approximately 36 feet in height. It's a lot of architecture.
I'd say just a little.
That's a lot of I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Sounds interesting.
You know what? It's just Gothic revival. or Greek revival.
It's a cross between the two.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a revival. That's what I know.
So the actual construction of the theater began on September 15th, 1925. And it's located at 314 Broadway, which is formerly the site of a fruit store known as Idlecope Building. The theater took only 6 months to complete.
That's not very long.
That is not very long.
Is it a really big theater?
It's not huge, no. I mean, it's only 72 feet, like on the fronts, on like the store side. So
Right.
it's not, I wouldn't say it's massive.
But it's not like you're building a bunch of rooms.
Exactly. You're building one giant room. The opening of the theater was March 15th, 1926.
100 years ago.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
As of recording, we are 2 weeks short of its 100th birthday.
Because it's
Wow.
the first.
Yep. Right in the midst of Hollywood's silent era, movie tickets cost just 25 cents for adults. Wouldn't that be nice?
I remember when it was $1.50.
Yeah. We had a theater that it was like $1.50, little Garland theater.
Now they're $15.
Or 18, yeah.
Yeah, or more. It was designed by Minneapolis architect David Richardson. The theater was billed as a palace of dreams, featuring a stunning Art Deco interior and a full Vanderbilt stage and a Mighty Wurlitzer organ that still captivates audiences during its special performances.
That'd be cool.
So if you remember, like in the silent movie era,
Yep.
there was
Music.
music
And
being
captions.
played.
Right.
Yep.
And so that's what was being played. So their organist was in there playing the music
That's
to the
cool.
movies.
That would be cool to experience at least just once. Like, I just want to know what that's like.
It would be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So they do have silent movie night at the theater.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
At this one? Or
Yes,
just.
at
Oh,
this
no
theater.
way. That's way cool.
So you can go on a special movie night and
I would go for that.
That'd be neat. An old black and white silent movie. The theater quickly became a cultural hub, showing silent films, hosting vaudeville acts, and bringing traveling entertainers to the heart of Fargo. It was more than just a place to watch films. It was a gathering point for community, conversation, and creativity. It easily became the jewel of downtown, a place locals returned to again and again. With the arrival of the talkies in the late 20s,
That's what they were called.
the Fargo Theater adapted swiftly, becoming the first venue in Fargo to show movies with sound. Even through the Great Depression and World War II, it remained a community staple, offering North Dakotans some well-deserved escapism on the silver screen. By the 1940s and 50s, the Fargo Theater was riding the wave of cinema's golden age. People flocked to see Hollywood's biggest stars illuminated across the theater's single screen. Local lore even claims that a young Marlon Morrison, better known as John Wayne,
Oh, that's cool.
was once a visitor during a promotional tour. Like many historic theaters across America, the Fargo Theater entered a period of decline in the 1970s. Changing entertainment habits and suburbanization led to a dwindling attendance. For a time, it seemed like the neon lights might blink off for good. But the Fargo community wasn't ready to say goodbye. So in 1981, the Red River Theater Organ Society helped save the Wurlitzer organ, a rallying point to preserve the building itself. And thanks to energetic grassroots campaign and support from the city, a major renovation began. The building was painstakingly restored to its original glory and officially reopened in 1999 after being placed on the National Registry of Historic Places in 1982. A couple of fun facts about the building. There is a wood chip Marge. It's a wooden statue carved in the likeness of Frances McDormand's character, Marge Gunderson, from the 1996 film Fargo.
Yeah, never seen it.
I haven't either. To find her, just head up to the second floor mezzanine.
No, I mean the movie.
I know.
Oh.
I haven't seen the movie either.
Well, I thought you did see the movie.
No, I saw like one scene from the movie.
Oh, because you've talked about it before, and that's why I guess I thought you'd seen it.
No. I remember when it was being filmed because I was a high school student at the time.
Gotcha.
And they were calling for extras and stuff to be in the movie. But just so you all know, most of the movie Fargo was filmed in Minnesota,
Yeah, I could see
Not
that.
in North Dakota.
not in North Dakota. Now, granted, geologically, Fargo is right on the Red River, which separates North Dakota from Minnesota. So really, you're not that far off.
It was in the vicinity.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, it's better to say that it was actually filmed close enough to the area than like, being filmed in like Australia or something weird. We're like, well, that mountain doesn't exist in North Dakota.
No mountain exists in North Dakota.
It sure does not. It's about as flat as the paper I'm reading off of.
That's true.
The Mighty Wurlitzer, which is a 1926 pipe organ, before talkies, which we talked about, it was scored for the silent movies in real time. The pipes are hidden behind the walls of the stage, and the organ itself is on a lift so it can dramatically appear from below the stage as it's played.
Oh, that's cool.
It is the largest theater organ between Minneapolis and Seattle.
Wow.
That would be cool to see.
Wouldn't it be neat?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of any of these surviving, which is probably why it's the largest one between Minneapolis and Seattle. So like basically the western half of the country.
Yeah.
And then 15 years ago, the theater added a second auditorium as part of an urban infill project. That theater produces the annual Fargo Film Festival. And, wouldn't you know it, they do an annual Fargo watch of the movie Fargo at that film festival.
I fail to see the correlation.
I have no idea why would you watch Fargo and Fargo? It makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't get it.
So we'll get into just a few of the hauntings there. Most frequently cited apparition is known simply as the Lady in White.
Of course.
The witnesses describe her as a spectral figure draped in a flowing white gown.
Really?
Typically seen near the balcony or in the back rows of the main auditorium.
One of these days, these women are going to wear pants.
Right?
Yeah, get with the program.
They're going to wear white pants instead.
It's going to be the lady in pantsuit.
Yep.
The legend goes that she is a former vaudeville performer who died tragically backstage. Though there are no records to confirm her death, numerous reports match the same description even decades apart. Security footage has allegedly captured unexplained movement near the box seats, and multiple patrons have claimed to feel a sudden chill when passing through the aisles that she's believed to frequent. Some even say that they've heard faint humming as if someone is rehearsing a tune from a long ago just off stage.
That's cool.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a death at that time and it just didn't get reported a whole lot.
Well, even though, like, there doesn't have to be a death for it to be haunted.
Right.
It can just be haunted because the person loved it so much.
Well, and this is true, too. So she could have just loved performing there and
Right.
just stayed.
Because that's generally somebody's passion. When you're in theater, it's a passion. It's like something that you put your whole heart into.
You have strong emotion.
Right.
Yeah.
And like when you're acting, you are putting out those emotions and
Yep.
trying to make people feel certain things. So like, in my opinion, if that was something that I did, I could see myself haunting a place like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
something that you love and you care about. That's what you gravitate towards. I'd rather do something like that than haunt my house.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
what's
if you
fun
haunt
at your
your-
house,
Your house, oh, geez, the dishes need to be done again.
that's a haunting all by itself.
Oh, look, the ghost laundry. Dang it.
Gotta clean my sheets.
Otherwise, you have nothing to wear.
Right? So before I talk about this next haunting, there's a little context to get into for that one. So on June 7th, 1893, there was the Great Fargo Fire. It was a massive inferno that destroyed 31 blocks and 160 acres of downtown Fargo, leveling the city hall and the business district.
Wow.
That would be awful. That would be devastating for a city.
So it would have ripped right through the Hollows area, right where the theater now stands.
Why is there always like a fire at a theater?
I don't know. Seems to be a common theme, doesn't it?
There's quite a bit of fires at theaters.
Yeah.
There are.
Why is that? Like, where do they originate from?
The electrical?
Yeah, but it's like...
The lights?
I mean...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it because they're pulling too much power for, to try those big old spotlights or,
Maybe.
Whatever? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how this one was almost 50 years before the
theater.
The theater was
built.
built. But I feel like there's a common theme.
Yeah, there does definitely seem to be a common theme amongst that. I don't know, because there's not much to a theater, but
no,
if it is a theater that you had a lot of performing done at, there are usually a lot of chemicals, like paints and other things that are highly flammable. And if you're storing stage props below the stage,
right?
Someone's smoking a cigarette, and the next thing you know, half the building's gone.
That's true, because back then you could smoke anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Anywhere, anytime, doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just cutting your hair. Flick the ashes off to the side there. Don't worry about that.
I'll clean that up later.
I smell burning hair.
It's just in your mind. So at the Fargo Theater, staff and guests say that they've smelt burnt sugar and heard crying from the balcony. Signs supposedly tied to the fire that killed a mother and 2 children at the same location over a century ago.
Oh.
So that would have been that big 1893 fire. Employees have claimed to see a pale little boy near the concession stand who disappears when looked at for too long. One worker said she experienced something so horrifying she quit that very day. Although, she never said what it was.
I was going to say, well, what is it?
Don't leave us hanging.
I know.
Come on.
No, she didn't say what it was. That's the problem. Constantly, guests say that they see apparitions in front of the screen running by, predominantly little kids. Kane Carlson, who's an employee of U.S. Ghost Adventures, said that they like to be seen. They'll giggle, they'll run by, you'll see their shadow, and you'll feel something.
That'd be kind of cool.
Wouldn't it be neat? The projection booth, which is high above the auditorium, comes with its own spectral mysteries. Projectionists over the years have reported hearing knocking sounds and phantom footsteps, especially during closing hours. Lights flicker in patterns that seem too regular to dismiss as electrical glitches. And a longtime employee described hearing the sound of an old film reel spinning when none were in operation. Technicians inspecting the equipment found no logical explanation, and some now refuse to enter the booth alone after dark.
Now, I have with theaters heard a lot that those booths are haunted. Whenever I go to a theater or talk about a theater or hear about a theater, you generally hear that those booths are haunted.
I wonder why.
I don't know if I've heard one that isn't.
I mean, I've only ever heard of 2 theaters being haunted, and we investigated one, so... and that projection booth was also haunted.
See, but I've been doing this for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And so, what? I don't know how many years longer than you guys, but I've been to quite a few theaters and investigated. I think the theater was the first thing I ever investigated.
Yeah.
But every one of them.
I wonder if it's emotion. Because the projectionist is up there, they're watching every film, they're experiencing every piece of emotion. They're the heart of the theater.
Well, and also, too, it's it's not going to run without them there because they have to change and,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
keep things going, I guess.
It's the engine room of a theater, really. And so I wonder if that's the cause of it.
But I wonder if it's more repetitive. like a residual. I wonder if they tend to be that way. This I don't know. Like, I've been told a lot and seen a lot that they're haunted, but I wonder if because it's repetitive movements, right, that it would be more of a residual haunting.
Right.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah.
We'll have to go to another theater and try to figure it out. Perhaps the most unnerving area of the Fargo Theater is the basement. It's always the basement. Designed originally for storage and mechanical access, the basement is known for its maze-like corridors and low ceilings. Staff speak of an oppressive feeling when descending the stairs, and more than one person has abruptly left the space after seeing shadowy figures dart around corners. There's been disembodied whispers, cold spots, and the sensation of being watched are common reported. One volunteer swears they heard a voice say, "Quiet, please," while retrieving cables.
That's cute.
Only to turn around and find the room completely empty.
You wonder what they see on the other side to tell you to be quiet, please. Like, what are they seeing on the other side?
Right. Are they seeing an active movie, like an active 1926 movie theater where you're like, it's.
And you're
like,
supposed to be quiet?
Yeah, like the film's in session. Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
So the theater has not gone unnoticed by the paranormal community. Local ghost hunting groups have been permitted under controlled circumstances to investigate the building. Using things like EMF detectors, digital voice recorders, and thermal cameras, several teams have reported odd temperature drops, unexplained audio clips, and anomalies caught on video. It would be nice if they did more, if they allowed more investigations. But when they say, some have been allowed under controlled circumstances, the actual number is 2.
Oh, wow. That's super controlled.
Yeah. Just 2 have gone in there. One EVP recording allegedly captured during a 2017 session features a ghostly female voice saying "Encore." And others have detected untraceable footsteps when the building was securely locked. While skeptics remain unconvinced, the balance of accounts suggests something otherworldly might be lurking beneath the curtains.
It sounds like a lot of
Otherworldly?
residual to me.
Yeah, otherworldly. Like,
So just the paranormal.
just the paranormal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That made it sound much more ominous than just,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it does sound a lot residual.
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of residual energy hanging around.
Well, I think there's a lot of energy that gets put into a theater, that gets put into a show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because not only were they doing, films and the silent and the talking films, they also had stage performances,
Right,
and theatrical stage performances and stuff, and so they had tons of different things going on.
and there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Yes, a lot of moving parts, a lot of energy, a lot of routine things. I mean, think
Right.
about if you're putting on like a thing of, or a production of Cats, like every scene is going to be done many, many times there. And you're going to have, dress rehearsals and all of this stuff going on. So just tons of energy.
And back then it was like when a movie or a show, a theater production was done, everybody clapped and was excited. And that's a lot of energy in and of
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's being produced at one time.
Yeah. It's just a lot of different stuff going on.
Right.
So there is one reported haunting that isn't actually associated to the theater. Although I found it many times looking at different articles associated to hauntings. And it's one of Melvina Reva Ferguson. She's most frequently reported as a spirit who was of a homeless woman with mental health issues who died in 1981 after starting a fire in the theater's south stairwell. Witnesses have reported seeing her walking across the mezzanine, pacing back and forth during rehearsals before vanishing, and moving folding seats up and down.
Another fire.
Another fire. Yep.
Except this one happened actually in Greensboro, Carolina theater.
What?
What? Why is it in this one?
That's because it's a misreported.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Misreported for North Dakota?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That far away?
And not just once.
Multiple
I found
times.
it in like 6 different articles associated to the Fargo Theater.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where if you put it out there enough that it starts to happen and that it could start happening in that theater just because it's been put out
Yep.
there enough.
Breathe life into it.
Well,
Yep.
it's possible, but I think also what ends up happening is people get lazy in this
Documenting.
age,
Mhm.
and they're like, well, it was reported here. And the next thing you know, 7 people have copied the same source and have reported
Oh,
it
sure. Yeah.
7 more times. The next thing you know, it's out there more
Yeah.
and more, and people are not fact checking
For sure.
the information.
For
It's
sure.
part of the problem.
Yep. Because when I found that she was listed as part of the hauntings, the first thing I did was I looked her up. I think it's a recent death, relatively speaking.
Right.
And so it's like there's newspaper articles and all this stuff. And then it's as soon as I searched her up, the first thing I found was the different theater. And I'm like, yep, this is not the right person. So as we talked before, on March 15th, 2026, this theater will celebrate its 100 years. It's centennial.
That's pretty cool.
And so they've got a couple different little events going on for their centennial. So on the 14th, they're doing a Roaring 20s soiree.
Oh, that
that'd
would
be
be way fun.
That'd be so fun.
So you're invited to an elegant evening at the Sinclair, which is in downtown Fargo. Turn out in cloche hats and flapper dresses with spats and bowlers for your stylish 1920s theme event. There's going to be appetizers. There's going to be official Fargo Theater popcorn, a champagne toast at 7:15. They're going to have vintage party games.
What would those be? Bobbing for apples?
I
Maybe
don't know. Could be.
throwing a
The dunk tank?
throwing an apple peel into the fire. Or, not sure.
Ruin a shoe?
Ruin a shoe.
That will never get old for me.
Never will get old. So on the 15th, which is a Sunday, and it is their actual birthday, they're going to do a classic silent short film, Felix Revolts, with live music on the organ.
Oh, man.
my gosh.
That would be awesome.
Just for that, I would go.
Right? I would brave another North Dakota winter just for that.
Although this winter is not too bad.
Well, that's a Utah winter. They're getting pounded.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's where all the snow's going.
They're taking it all.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother lives about an hour east of the Fargo, and last week it was 7 degrees,
What about the snow?
2 feet.
Man, we need some snow over here.
We do need some snow. I mean, how is it that Donner's Pass got 7 feet
No kidding.
and we got nothing? And then, yeah, they're going to do a red carpet photo op with 1920 style paparazzi.
Cute. I bet this is going to turn out super cute.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. And then they're going to do a movie-themed performance by local artists, including Gene Kelly's iconic dance from Singing in the Rain.
Man. Ah,
How fun.
Wouldn't that be a blast?
yeah, it really would.
I would love to ghost hunt after that was all done.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah. Can you
gosh.
imagine what it would possibly stir up?
Oh, all the things.
Oh, yeah. The energy's got to be just amazing in there
Well,
afterwards.
and can you
Yeah.
imagine all the triggering things that are going to happen that night? Oh, man,
Well-
put me out there.
I think it'd be just fun to like. I imagine this in like 1920s, like paparazzi style, like photo
Right.
thing is going to be like walking down a red carpet with the the rails up, those little velvet, the little
Yep.
velvet ropes up,
Yep.
and all the stuff and
Flash bulb.
flash bulbs
photography.
flicking
Yeah.
off.
It'd be
and-
so
oh,
cute.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and then to hear the Wurlitzer organ light up for just a nice little short film.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. See, I remember seeing some of the silent film stuff, like, but you see it and you hear the music. And it never occurred to me that the music that you were hearing was supposed to be played in the theater.
I never thought about that either, though.
Really?
No.
Never.
I did. Well, Disney always showed it like that. Like, even in their cartoons, they had.
Well, there was the one Donald one where he was playing Chasing Chip and Dale on the organ.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was like they would pretend like you're watching a black and white movie, and so you'd go through the theater, and then it have the screen like come right at you, and then there's people playing in the orchestra band.
pit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go into the movie, into your silent film.
Yeah, never thought of that either.
No.
It's funny how like you can see things, but you never put two and two together.
Right?
Yeah.
You never draw the correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you brave a North Dakota winter to go to the theater on its 100th birthday?
I would.
Yep.
I would too.
Had we known about it months ago.
We'd be doing
For
it right now
planning.
in Fargo.
I just want to go something after too.
Well, yeah.
I'd be like, hey, look, we'll do a podcast on this whole thing. And then can we investigate after?
On the celebration, on all of it.
That would be so much fun. We need to get press passes. That's what it is. Paranormal press pass.
There you go.
That'd be cute.
Maybe they'll let us do it. Nah.
I doubt it.
We got time. We got 2 weeks to get there.
Oh, yeah, no.
We can drive there in that time.
I ain't
Oh.
driving, dude. You guys can drive. I'm flying.
No, I ain't flying in the front. I've done that before. Won't do that one again. But yes, why do you guys think theaters are haunted? Movie theaters and production theaters. Let us know. And as always, stay ghosty, my peeps. Thank you for listening to the Paranormal Peeps podcast. You can find us on social media at Twitter at CPR Paranormal, on Facebook at Paranormal Peeps Podcast and Cold Spot Paranormal Research. And you can find us on Instagram at coldspot_paranormal_research.